Good morning, good morning. Today, 50-50-50 in format. We have some series of 3 exercises, other series that have 4. There's no pattern to it. It's just going to happen to be 3 or 4, depending on what series we're in. Some light weights, some heavy weights, some stuff, whatever you have access to, you should already have around you. The first series is a 3-part series. We'll start with a crawl. From that quad plank, left, right, right, left, right, left. Take your time. Keep the back nice and flat. Keep the hips pretty stable. Number 2 will be a straight leg sit-up. So with my legs mostly straight, hands overhead, my rib cage can open, and then as soon as I start, low back down, reach for the toes, reach back overhead, come back up. Last thing, if you have some light weights, a single leg rear duck fly. One leg down, knees bent. From this position, if I have weights, fantastic. If I don't, I can go just the weight of the arms, thumbs to ceiling. I'm going to press play. A little bit of a countdown. First station is a crawl. We'll go in 10 seconds. 2. Hands down, knees 90, shoulders 90, hips 90. Nice, easy movement forward, left, right, right, left. Then if we watch the kneecaps, right knee should stay pretty stationary as far as height off the ground. Try to share the weight through the hands and the toes. Nice and easy here. We got 50 seconds, right? So 20 seconds to go. Exercise number 2, straight leg sit-ups. 10. 5. Good on your back, legs mostly straight, hands overhead, come up, touch those toes. Right back down. A little bit of tempo here is fine. Right, hands overhead, touch the ground, rib cage opens up, that's fine. As soon as we start, rib cage drives down. If it's a little bit too much in your back, you don't have to go as high, right? If you can, whip yourself up, tap the toes, right back. Third thing, if you remember, single leg, rear duck fly. So from one leg for stability, the other leg is extended out. Real light weights, 15 seconds to go here. And then 50 seconds on that single leg. 10. Feels good, a little bit of tempo. 5. Good, up on your feet. If you have light weights, great. If you don't, go weightless. Either way, I would think about trying to start with the hands above the knee. So I'm starting out here, and then it's a perpendicular pull. A lot of people get into a position where it's too much trapped because they pull straight vertical. We're thinking more perpendicular to body. Arms stay long, my back leg stays extended, right? I'm pushing back to the heel. The glute on that back leg assists with the extension. 15 seconds to go. Then back on number 1, which was that crawl. Take your time, draw the shoulders back, open the chest up. 8. 3. Good. Hands and toes, knees off the ground. Nice, slow forward and back. Nothing in this first series is too heart rate kind of, not dependent, but heart rate should be pretty calm still. Not a big ramp up, no split squat jumps or mountain climbers. So try to control the breathing here. Stay nice and tight as we move. 15 seconds. Second exercise, straight leg sit-ups. 10. 2. Good, roll your back, feet down, hands overhead. Legs mostly straight. Again, if it bugs our back, we can turn it into a crunch instead of a sit-up. It might be the back that's limiting, or it could also be the hip flexors. As I open up, right, rib cage flares. Drive the low back down, just like a dead bug to initiate the movement. Plenty of time left for work. 20 seconds out. So we'll go back to that single leg rear delt fly. 10. The goal with that rear delt fly is pinching the shoulders together behind our body. Think of it more of as a postural drill. Up on our feet here. That buzzer was quiet. Turn the volume up. One leg down, other leg nice and long, right? From this position. Slow draw back. Shoulders can kind of reach forward and then pull them back nice and tight. Not done for a lot of speed here. Next series is going to be a series of 4 things. We'll talk about it more when we get there. Make sure that back leg stays long, right? Drive that heel away, squeeze that back glute. Most of the weight is in the front heel here. 5 seconds. Good, little air. First station on the next series is a split squat. Bulgarian split squat. So if you have something around you, a table, a chair, coffee table, whatever it is, we'll use that. We're going to have 1 foot on it. Number 2, single leg glute bridge. Number 3, push up with a pulse. Number 4, a rocking plank. 20 seconds out. Single leg glute bridge on our back, push up with a pulse, pulse the bottom. Rocking plank, maybe unfamiliar. From forearms, we're going to drive the body out, pull the body in. Almost like a fist ball rollout, somewhat, right? We'll talk about 5 seconds out. Let's get into our Bulgarian split squat. There is 1 pulse at the bottom. So in this position, knee down, nice pulse, stand tall. Most of the weight in that front heel. If I feel good here, I search for some depth. As I stand tall, I want to make sure I don't open up my low back, right? Rib cage stays tight. And if you draw a straight line from the knee, right, it goes through the hip into the shoulder. So my back leg, the leg is going toward the ground, should make a straight line from kneecap into hip into shoulder here. Little pulse in 20 seconds. Let's use the front leg as the driving force on that single leg glute bridge. 10 seconds. Maybe a little hip stretch on that back leg here. 3. Good runner. Back, your front leg will be the driving force. So my right leg's down, left leg's up. From this position, left leg stays extended. If you have the hamstring flexibility, you're going to straighten that leg out. Maybe even pull the toe back, right? Dorsal flex. But drive the hips up, take a pause. Squeeze the glute, come back down soft. Right back up. If you need a little bit of help, you can always drive those elbows into the floor. It'll help you get up. 15 seconds out. After single leg glute bridge, we're going to roll over into a push-up position. We have a push-up with a pulse at the bottom. In 5, 3. Good, rolling over. If it's a kneeling push-up, fantastic. If you can go from your toes, great. But drop in 4 to 6 inches at the bottom. Nice strong press. Drive the rib cage down. A little breathe at the top. Morning. Well, let's just say hi to Ben. Nice and easy here. Pulse at the bottom, 4 to 6 inches. Don't smash the rib cage, right? Draw the chin back. 20 seconds out. After our push-up plank, we're going to go into that push-up pulse. We go rocking plank. 10 seconds. 5. Good, in a plank position. All I'm going to do is slide the body forward through the feet and forearms, right? So elbows and toes stay stationary, but I'm allowing my body to pivot forward and backward. Hopefully a straight line from heels, hips, into shoulders. Body just sways back and forth. Rib cage stays down. Use the toes and elbows to drive the body around. 15 seconds out. Then back into the split squat with a pulse. Make sure the other leg is down this time. 5.
You changed your backyard in the Kirkland. Looks nice.
Other leg. 1 pulse. Stand tall. Again, nice straight line from that back knee, right? You think about the back knee, it goes through the hip into the shoulder. The leg that's in front will be the driving force on that single leg glute bridge. 20 seconds out. If you feel good, a little bit of tempo here, spend less time locked out at the top. 8, 2, good, on your back. My left leg's down, right leg's up. Try and keep that right leg static. Drive for height. Pause to the top. Integrate the elbows if we need to. Nice pause when you get there. And focus on actually squeezing that glute, right? It's one thing to pause, it's another thing to actually be active in the glute and hold the body up. 20 seconds. Maybe a little more elbow integration as we need to. Next exercise, push up with a pulse. 10 seconds out. 5. Good, in your push-up position, toes if we can. Drop in, 4 to 6 to the bottom, nice strong press, exhale. Rib cage stays down. If you take that exhale at the top, you can exhale and kind of pull those hips through and rib cage down same time. If you start from toes, but knee to kneel, drop to knees. Try to settle right back into that same tempo. 20 seconds out. 10. 2. Forearms down, rocking plank. Grab the forearms, grab the toes, push the body back and forth. As we press back and forth, try not to allow the hips to creep up. Hips stay down. Glutes are fired a little bit. After rocking plank, we get some air. Fifteen seconds. Five. Brief. Next series is 4 things. First one, alternating forward lunges. Number 2, we'll go into a dead bug with opposite arm, opposite leg. Number 3, mountain climbers, standard. Number 4, double arm, bent over row. Unless without weights, you might go bench dips instead. Hardest part for you is going to be going from mountain climbers to dips, but at least it's climbers to dips, not dips to climber. 15 seconds out, first thing, alternating forward lunge. Then we'll need weights later for that double arm row. So if you have weights, I would adjust them now. Alternating forward lunge, right leg forward, stand tall, switch feet, left leg forward, stand tall, switch feet. Nice knee depth. And sell out with some tempo, quick transitions. Maybe you're like a runner, right? Right and left, left and right. Or maybe you're not coordinated enough to sync up. In that case, maybe you just sell it hands over head and it doesn't matter. Then you can look cool. Maybe some of this stuff, patty cake stuff, shenanigans. 15 seconds out. After lunges, dead bug. 10 seconds, but extending opposite arm, opposite leg. 5, 2. Good, find yourself on your back. Hold that dead bug position. All 4 limbs are gonna be pretty tall though. Left and right together. Low back definitely nice and tight. And right and left together. If it's too much in your neck, you can always drop the head down. But if you're able to, head stays up. Shoulders stay up. Nice slow reach here. And then watch those stationary limbs, right? Make sure they stay still as you go to reach. The arm and leg don't move. In 10 seconds, rolling over for mountain climbers. 3. And they're standard here, nothing fancy. Share the weight, hands and toes. Think about just trying to make it through the entire set. You want to load the core a little bit on the knee tuck, draw the knee in, pull the hips through a little bit into that crunch base. Rib cage comes down. If and when you start to fatigue, go into pike position, press the hips up, get some air, settle back in when you're ready. 20 seconds to go. Next thing, it's a hip hinge. We're gonna lean over a little bit, right? Double arm, bent over row, 10 seconds. If we know right now it's not gonna work with our back, go into a single arm supported bent over row 2. Weights in hand, right? Nice big hip hinge from this position. Double arm row. Back stays flat. I personally like some wrist rotation here, so hands toward my body. Nice easy draw. Tuck the shoulders down. Do my best to keep the weight in the heels. If and when I fatigue, I can stand nice and tall, right? Rest the back a bit. After double arm bent over row, we go into alternating forward lunges. 10 seconds. 5. Make sure you have your weights off to the side. Alternate lunges, left, right, right, left. And check for some knee depth. Quick transition. Sometimes you can't get your feet right back where they came from, right? It feels like you're moving forward or backward. Disregard it, it's fine. Just move nice and quick. Torso can be somewhat vertical on that forward lunge, right? Don't feel like you're leaning over a whole bunch. 20 seconds out. After lunges, dead bugs, hold that static crunch, extend opposite arm, opposite leg. 8 seconds. 2. Good, nice big static crunch. Check the shoulder blades for height, right? Can we get the shoulder blades off the ground in that position? Now watch these stationary limbs. Check that they are indeed stationary. Most times we want to pull the stationary leg back up over the body to kind of reduce the amount of effort here. Doing good, 20 seconds out. If it starts to bug your neck, set the head down. After dead bugs, roll over into mountain climbers. 10. Good, again, it's more about survival in this one, trying to last the entire time. Going into a pike position when we need to, but set yourself up nice. Manageable tempo, sharing the weight through the hands and toes, shifting the weight around as we fatigue. Shoulders down, core tight. Doing good, well over halfway here. Our last exercise, a double arm bent over row. 10 seconds. 5. Good, dumbbells in hand. Hip hinge back. Weight in the heels. My hands toward my legs as I pull. Roll the wrists around. Trying to do my best to drive the shoulders down and back as I row. The taller I am here, the more traps I'm going to feel, right? More top of shoulders. My goal is to really get into a nice deep position so I can activate the mid-back. 20 seconds to go. Then we're on a rest period. Ten. 2. Resting. 'If you have a special potion, take a drink of it. Three-piece series. Number 1, slow hamstring runners. If you don't have discs, go into a glute bridge march instead. So hips up, glute bridge, one leg up, one leg down. But I'll go hamstring runners. Number 2, hovering bird dog. Very similar to the crawl we started with. We're going to extend opposite arm, opposite leg, and hold. Number 3, let's do a single leg RDL. Weights if you have 5 seconds out. First thing on our back, slow hamstring runner without discs. It's a it's a glute bridge march. In my hamstring runner, I'm trying to keep my butt up the entire time. If I need a little bit of help, elbows are down. If you glute bridge march, the wider your feet are, right, the harder it is to keep those hips stable. Regardless of which one we're doing here, hips should stay stable, glutes should stay active. Trying to search for hip height without extending through the low back. So core should also stay tight as we're searching for height. In 10 seconds, roll over into our crawl position, hovering bird dog. 5. Good. Quad plank, right? I'm up here, from here, left arm, right leg. I like to throw in a longer pause. Helps distract me, and I have less reps than to do. In that pause, I'm focused on my heel pressed away from the body. The glute on that leg that's extending gets tight. I go with the thumbs up the ceiling, kind of hand position. Just like that. We're already well over halfway done. 20 seconds out. If you need a longer rest between sides, it's fine. Take a breather in the middle, reset the body. Don't turn the hips. 10 seconds out. Next thing, single leg RDL. If you have weight. If you don't have weight, let's go pistol squat. Pistol squat to the apparatus we used earlier for Bulgarian split squat. Long from head to heel. I'm not focused on the depth of the weight, right? Shoulders stay packed, down and back. Simply going for a hamstring stretch. My heel on the back leg leads the motion, right? I'm not leading through the torso. Heel kind of leads, torso follows heel. Weight shifts back. 10 seconds to go. And we're back on that slow hamstring runner, which is a tough double for the leg we were just on. On our backs. We don't have sliders. We're in glute bridge march. Regardless, keep the hips up. Keep the core tight. Take your time. If you want more effort, we remove the arms from the ground, right? And then you're reliant on hamstrings and glutes. If it's immediately too much, set your butt down, right? In this hamstring runner, but then I still have a lot of weight in the discs. So I'm still putting effort down, still forcefully pressing the heels down, just not enough to actually get my body off the ground. 5 seconds. Next thing, hovering bird dog. Rolling over, quad plank position. Take a second to yourself, pop up when you're ready. Left, right, extend, pause. Feel stable through the shoulder. Switch sides. Again, I like a thumbs to ceiling hand position here. Feels good through my shoulder. Nice and easy on the extension. I'm slow, controlled, attempting to minimize any hip rotation. 15 seconds. 10. Last thing, single leg RDL. 5. If we're going without weight, you can pistol squat. If you alternated legs last time on pistol squat, alternate again. My heel leads here, right? Nice long head to toe, shoulders packed down, but also back. Going for tension in the hamstring. Not necessarily concerned with depth. I don't need the dumbbells to touch the floor, right? Stretch the hamstring. Stand tall. After single leg RDL, we're on a rest period. Doing good on time. 10 seconds out. 2. More special juice. First thing, squat, pulse, jump. Number 2, a push-up with a pause. We're going to pause at the bottom. Let's be clear that the pause is not a rest. We're going to keep the body off the ground in pause. Number 3, let's go through a side plank hip drop. So number 1, squat, pulse, jump. Number 2, a push-up with a pause at the bottom. My sternum still staying off the ground. Number 3, side plank hip drop. 5 seconds out. 2. 1 pulse, 1 jump. Little pulse, little hop. Maybe I get like an inch off the ground, right? Really just making sure my toes get off the ground. Extend through the ankle, little toe pop as I land. Settle back on my toes, shift the weight to the heels. I have knee control as I accelerate up. My knees don't crash in as I land, they don't go all over the place, right? Maybe knees hike out a bit on the landing and the squat. Might help me get a little more glute and hamstring integration. With knees out, feet are still flat on the floor. 10 seconds. Number 2, push up with a pause at the bottom. Drop in, the pause will be with the chest off the floor. 2. So coming down, all the way down, my pause is right here. I'm off the ground. Press back up. Drop in, put the brakes on, have a pause, press back up. After your pause at the bottom, don't touch the floor. Don't pause and then collapse and then press. After pause, we'll come right back up. Knees if we need to. 20 seconds out. Keeping track of the shoulders here. Shoulders stay nice and tight. Figuring out how to find my lats for a break. 10 seconds. Shifting the weight around a little bit. Next thing, side plank hip drop. 3, 2. Good, I'm on a forearm. Nice long body, hips up, hips down. In that hips up position, I think I find it helpful to take a pause there, right? Searching for height, but then also pinching that bottom oblique, trying to drive the rib cage down toward the hip. So I'm gonna put a little bit of an arc in the body. After side plank hip drop, back to number 1, squat pulse jump. 15 seconds. Side plank, we should be seeing how much oblique activation we can actually build up. 3, 2, on our feet, 1 pulse, 1 hop. And do it as soon as you're ready. Again, watching our knees. They don't move too much. Mine come out a little bit as I catch from that jump. Find it helpful. Again, glute hamstring, right? I feel more of a sit back in the hole. Nice exhale. Big breath probably as I sit. After squat pulse jump. Back to those pause push-ups. If you found it hard, slow down a little bit. Go from your knees. 5, 2. Good. Pause at the bottom. Give yourself maybe ½ an inch of height off the ground. Pausing as deep as we can without touching the floor. It'll require you to have your chin tucked back. Otherwise, your chin's going to touch the ground. Again, we're exploring options. How do I hold myself down there, right? What can I use to my advantage? 20 seconds out. Inhale the way down. Maybe breathe at the bottom, maybe not. Press and definitely exhale. 10 seconds out. Side plank hip drop next. 5. Good. Find that side plank position. Forearm down. Again, long pause at the top. Drive the shoulder down. Drive the hip and rib cage together. Find some tension. Drop, press. Check that top shoulder is drawn back. Right, top shoulders and slouched over the body. Shoulders should be stacked vertically. After side plank hip drop, we'll go into a rest period. And we'll finish with our last series of 4 exercises. 10 seconds out. 2. It's not bad. 2 of them are ab exercises. We'll turn 1 into a plyometric drill. Last thing, single leg alternating overhead press. The first thing, we'll go cross crunch. 1 foot over top of the knee, opposite elbow off the knee. Number 2, we'll go single leg V-up. Okay, number 3, we'll go single leg jump, no back foot contact. Last one, single leg alternating overhead press. So if you have a little bit of weight, we'll need it. 15 seconds out, we'll cross crunch first. 10. With 1 foot over top of the knee, opposite elbow, opposite knee. Nice inhale to reach back. Separating the elbow from my knee. Right, in a kind of a figure 4 position. My left hand behind my head. My right foot over my left knee, so I can go from my left elbow to left elbow, right knee, across the body here. In 25 seconds, we'll go alternating single leg V-up. Take your time, feel that low back press into the floor. The knee on that leg should stay stationary, bringing the body to the knee, not the knee to the elbow. 8 seconds. Staying on our back, V-ups next. 2. It's up to you here if you want to go into a crunch base or a full sit-up base. If you feel comfortable, sit all the way up, fantastic. If you want to keep it more crunch, that's fine. If you like 2 hands to 1 leg, great. If you want 1 hand, 1 foot, it's fine. Just a V up. In 30 seconds, we're gonna stand up, do a single leg jump with no back foot contact. Rib cage can open up here as I stretch overhead, as we did earlier in that sit-up. And as soon as I start, drive the ribs down, smash the back tight, 10 seconds. On our feet, single leg jump. Next, 3. Good, my single leg jump's kind of a single leg RDL, right? My right foot down, left foot hinges back, come through. So my left knee is driving up, along with my right arm. Trying to stabilize. I shoot that foot back. Heavy hip hinge on my supporting leg, so I have glute and hamstring integration. If I stay vertical here and don't lean forward, don't push my foot back, then it's extremely quad dominant. We're looking for a little more backside mechanics here, a little more power. 15 seconds out. Next station, light weights if you have them. We're gonna stand on the leg we're currently supporting with. 2. Go into a single leg, alternating overhead press. Hopefully you're stable. Bottom knee stays bent a little right on that leg you just finished with. 1 at a time here. Little press, little press. If it starts above the hip flexor, you can soften that leg that was up. Keep that foot off the floor. 15 seconds to go. After our presses here, back on the ground on the ab mat. Cross crunch. Switching sides. 5. Last series, guys. Cross crunch first. V up second. Single leg jump third. Single leg alternating overhead press last. So my right hand's behind my head now. I'm making sure that my left arm doesn't come to the floor. Left hand is extended. Left elbow, left shoulder stays off the ground. Right elbow's reaching back. 20 seconds out. Big inhale, nice strong exhale. 10 seconds. 3, 2, into V-ups. If I find myself more fatigued this round, I can drive my opposite heel into the ground to assist in getting my body up. If it becomes too much in the neck, you can always support your head through one arm. Maybe change every few repetitions. 25 seconds remaining still. No go single leg jump, no back foot contact. A little bit of time here. 10 seconds. 3, 2. Good on our feet. You can move your ab mat. We're finished that. One leg down, right? Nice big hip hinge. Draw through that knee. Swing the opposing arm up. Hopefully a nice soft landing. Trying to stay stable here. Myself included. If you're worried about the noise of the impact with neighbors, don't jump. Just go into a calf raise. Same movement, same speed. Stay on the ground. If you're looking for more height, it'll come through that arm that's going into an uppercut, as well as that knee that's swinging high. 10 seconds. Last thing, support on the leg you're using now, or the alternating overhead press. Last thing, my down leg's now supporting Other legs up. Alternating overhead press. If you have light weights, you can go into front and side raise is good. Double arm overhead press. If it's too much in the hip, again, relax that leg. Keep it off the ground. Bottom knee stays crimped. Trying to find some stability here. Work the rib cage down. Try not to extend in the back. 15 seconds. First stretch, we'll go into a standing quad stretch. I'll fix the clock. 2. Good, weights down. Take a moment to breathe. The stretch period is going to be pretty abbreviated. We'll go 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. First thing, standing quad. Got to hold my foot right from a side view. I'm making sure not to extend here, right? I'm going to increase a little bit of core tension, press down in that hand to my foot, right? Think more about kind of the hip flexor stretch we get into. Roll the hips through, create some tension in the core, and then load that quad a little bit. If you need some help stability-wise, reach out off the body. Want to have some fun, you can just pivot around. But everything's tight on the front, right? Not extending through the back. We have 10 seconds to switch sides. Nice and easy, same thing. Front knee stays bent a little bit. Grab that back foot. Roll the hip through. Create a little core tension. Hold on to it. My foot's pressed down into my hand lightly. Maybe I shouldn't lean over so much. Try to stand tall. Use that outside arm as a little bit of help. Second stretch, we're going to go pigeon. That's laying down with my foot tucked under my body. 8 seconds. I'll demo on the rest. We'll have like 10 seconds to get there. 3, 2, push up position. My left leg comes under. My left heel is now into my right hip flexor. All right, I'm laying all on top of that. If I have good mobility in my forearms, if I have great mobility, I'm sprawled out, hands overhead. But it's just a stretch, right? Don't tear your hamstring trying to stretch. We're gonna do the hard work. Relax a little bit. Trying to get the heart rate back down. Nice, easy breathing here. 8 seconds. 2. Good, switch sides. Pop up the push-up, tuck your leg under. Find that heel and hip flexor. Let the body relax on top of it. Easy breathing. Don't feel rushed. If you've got some device on to measure heart rate, try to sync your heart rate. Watch it, take some deep breaths, try to drop it down a couple beats. 8 seconds here. Let's go butterfly stretch to finish, guys. 2. Good, feet side by side. From here, I can drag my feet in. I'm gonna go into more of that kind of chin down position for both of mine. I'm gonna drop my chin down, roll my back. Still working on breathing. Maybe a little pivot side to side, right? Let that back stretch out. I'll focus more on the hips itself. I'll use my elbows to create some pressure down into my calves or knees or quads, hamstrings. Nice deep breath, easy on the exhale. 2. Sit up, relax. Last stretch coming up. Move your head around a little bit. 2. Drag those feet in, good. And maybe on that exhale, right, you kind of let the body drift into the stretch. Think about almost chasing the exhale, right? Nice big breath in, nice big breath out. Kind of chase that exhale into a deeper stretch. Hang there for a minute. Nice inhale, feel the rib cage open. Nice exhale, take and then chase that stretch again. That's it. That's all I got for you. Good morning, good afternoon. I don't know what day it is when you're watching this, what time of day, what area code. I don't know where you're at.